Why do we do really hard things? Why do we run? Why do we train? Why do we put ourselves in resistance? Why do we fast? Why do sometimes I put in really long days when I don't want to? Because I gotta remind myself that I'm the captain of this fucking ship.
What's Daddy doing in September?
Nothing.
What's Daddy doing in September?
Nothing.
What's Daddy doing in September?
Yeah.
Don't work with children or animals, and you're both, aren't you? So it's time for me to come clean. My mental health hasn't been the best just recently. There has been a constant analysis of my mental health on a daily, weekly basis, trying to work out why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, trying to work out where that's coming from. Because I know that this isn't just random, it's, you know, brought on by decisions that have been made. I was expecting this, and I needed to work out where the negative energy was coming from within myself, which I know sounds a little bit hippie, but one of the things I have to recognize is that I am or certainly have been very hormonal, coming off gear, dropping down to TRT, not feeling like Superman anymore, changes in my physique, changes in my strength ability in the gym, two things that I have been working towards for a long time. And I felt as though, you know, a couple of weeks ago I was incredibly hormonal, and I can recognize when I'm hormonal because even when something is proposed to me that I know I'd like, it doesn't create any excitement or happiness within me. You're just completely numb. And for me, it was like being in prep again. Really difficult to manage, miserable most days, waking up almost feeling pissed off with nothing to be pissed off about. Just a very consistent negative energy. And then I noticed it was sort of starting to dissipate a little bit, and I was starting to feel a little bit better. And my energy cast towards wanting some sort of sense of direction. Like, there was a couple of things I've been noticing within my discipline that were beginning to slip. Tiny little things that most people wouldn't even notice, but I know for me that's not normal. Things like I have my morning and evening tablets, as most of you who've watched my day in the lives will know. I'd stopped taking my evening tablets because, well, what's the point? You know, my check-ins with Josh weren't as exciting as they normally would. I'll be honest, normally when I'm doing my check-ins, I dive out of bed at 5 in the morning to get my check-ins done, really excited to touch base with Josh and send him over the data and let him know how the week's been. And I just couldn't be bothered. You know, and it's these for me are big red flags that something is missing and that I'm genuinely not happy. This is no longer hormonal, there's a gap. And I spent some time meditating on it and thinking about it. And the thing that just screaming at me over and over and over again is that I don't have a goal. I don't have a goal. I don't have a timeline, something to train for. And I've come to realize that's really important to me. Has been for a long time. You know, I've got goals as far as my business is concerned. I've got goals as far as my mental health and my self-development is concerned. But I need like a literal goal for my training, you know, because that takes me away from everything else. And that's the beauty of what I do. When I'm working in the gym, I'm going through one process, but when I'm training in the gym, you know, is my time. That's for me. I'm not giving myself to anyone else. I'm not doing that for anyone else. It's my therapy. And I've realized that my therapy isn't massively effective when I am unfocused. So I needed a goal. And I knew that goal, whatever it may be, needed to align with a few things. And when I found it, it would get me genuinely excited. So when people have been messaging me, oh, you're going to come back to powerlifting? And I'm like, I might, but right now. You know, I looked at a couple of powerlifting competitions, when they would be and stuff like that. Gave myself a timeline. Didn't really spark off any excitement. And although I'm aware that if I came back to powerlifting, it would make a lot of people around me happy. Certainly my friends, some clients, it'd be all very, very exciting to see me back on the platform. But it didn't make me happy. It wasn't doing anything for me. And inevitably that would be me doing another process that's for everybody else and not for myself. So I still wouldn't be getting my therapy. I'm aware between now and mid-March, everything is going to remain the same. I have a holiday in mid-March and I'm going skiing with my wife. I need to survive that skiing trip injury-free, and I will do, hopefully. But that's my main focus for now. But I have a goal. We have found purpose. So in looking for strongman competitions for one of my clients, I found myself wandering, and I've picked a competition for September. I'm going to be competing in strongman in September. All I need to do now is not get hurt between now and my skiing holiday. But once I come back from my skiing holiday, we get bloods done. We stay on TRT for the remainder of March and most likely the entirety of April as well. There'll be a conversation to be had with my coach there. But this is a goal, having looked at the events, the deadline, the time I've got. This is what I'm going for now. And this has made me really excited, like really, really excited. As excited as what prepping for a bodybuilding show did. And we all know how much I love bodybuilding. I'm literally in a room surrounded by pictures of bodybuilders. I fucking love strongman. I absolutely love strongman. I love powerlifting. I love strength endeavors per se, which is why I coach lots of clients that are interested in powerlifting, strongman, or just getting stronger in the gym mentally or physically, or both. So this goal massively aligns with me. It gives me my therapy back. It opens up a new challenge. I will be competing in Inters strongman. I'll not be competing at novice, as I've won at novice level. The weights are challenging, which is going to be really exciting. I know I can, with practice, do them and do them well. And I am very, very excited to take all of you on this next journey with me as I prepare, train, and show you exactly how I get my guys ready for these competitions, except I'll be doing it for myself. I hope you will find it as interesting as I am. I mean, the beauty of it is I've already told a very small handful of people in my close circle, and they're just as excited about this as I am. I've had a chat with Josh. Josh is obviously not a strongman coach, but he is going to look after my nutrition. He is going to look after my supplementation, my drugs, and he is going to help me with my training. Obviously, I have a bit more knowledge base than Josh when it comes to strongman training. I've been training strongmen for nearly a decade now, so I'm very comfortable with what I need to be doing as far as that's concerned. But having Josh there for feedback as far as managing fatigue, I mean, I broke some stuff down to Josh as far as what strongman training actually looks like, effective strongman training, what it actually looks like. And he was quite surprised how the version of strongman that I teach, I program, is actually very similar to bodybuilding. You know, I don't overcomplicate things and go through massive mesocycles and get all excited over 5, 3, 1, this and that and the other. Very simple principles, couple of things rotated, and just a case of working hard and being smart with recovery, and being aware of technique and understanding technique. That's pretty much it. Not that different from bodybuilding, if I'm honest, which some of you may find hard to understand, and I will be talking about that more as we go on. Obviously, I've touched on drugs in this video as well. I will be using some anabolics. It's a non-tested competition. Other competitors will be using anabolics. And I will be going through my protocol and everything there, as always, super honest. But I will be keeping things simple. I will not be throwing care to the wind and abusing my health or anything like that. This is not bodybuilding. This is the beauty of what I'm about to do. Is it excites me, it makes me happy, and there are minimal risks. And that is what I need right now. I need a challenging goal with minimal risks. Whereas bodybuilding, challenging goal with a fuck ton of risks, and I'm not prepared to take those. So that's it. You know, that's between now, March, takes us up to September. We've plotted goals on what we want to do from September to the end of the year, and then from January next year up until May next year as well. But I'll not discuss those until once a strongman competition is done, because that's where my focus needs to be. But for now, we just cruise our way gently to March, where I plan to chill the fuck out, enjoy some skiing with my wife, and then we send it. Peace, love and cake. What am I doing in September?
Strongman.
Strongman?
Big strongman.